Hi guys! So today I'm going to talk about breathing and how to work with the breath and why. So I'll talk about some of the benefits of breath work. Good breathing is the foundation of good physical and mental health. And yet when we talk about being healthy, the first thing people will talk about is usually exercise or going to the gym and diet. And these are definitely really important. These are crucial. But most people don't talk about breathing, and yet we don't eat all the time and we don't exercise all the time, but we definitely breathe all the time. And using each breath as a tool for health is, it's an amazing gift that we have. There's two aspects to breath work: breath training and pranayama. Okay, so breath training is the foundation and pranayama is going deeper. Breath training is the exploration and pranayama is the expansion. With breath training, it's really important to spend time on this aspect of working with the breath because it's the simplest, and yet I would say it's the hardest to spend time on. People like to do a practice, but they don't often like to spend time exploring and asking questions about themselves. And that's what this part, breath training, is about. It's like when you're learning an instrument and the first part, the first year or 6 months or whatever, is hard because it doesn't sound good. And it's hard work on your hands. You can't get the notes right. It's just tough. It's not pleasurable. But as you get better, it becomes transformative. It helps with your mental health. You become an expert at it. So it's just like that. So with breath training, there are 3 aspects. There's awareness, there's technique, and there's connection or observation of the pauses between the breaths. Those 3 aspects of breath training. Awareness is really important because without that awareness, the transformation doesn't really come. You need the awareness of what's happening in your body. If you think about inhale and exhale as a mechanical procedure, it kind of it loses the powerfulness of breath work. Instead, think of inhale as a nourishment for your body. Every inhale you take is nourishing you. Every exhale you take is cleansing you. Most of our detoxification from our body occurs through the breath. So when you go on a detox, why don't you just breathe better? You don't have to take special juices. You could just exhale much better. Exhaling is cleansing, inhaling is nourishing, and just the awareness of that is already quite profound. Such a simple thing that we do automatically has got so much benefit. Being aware of how, where, and the time of your breath is really important. So where do you breathe? Chest, belly, how does it feel? Do you breathe shallow? Do you breathe deep? And how fast do you breathe? Typically we do breathe quite fast, maybe 10 to 16 breaths a minute. And we want to really learn how to slow it down, because a slow breath really takes us into relaxation mode of the body. Excuse me. Awareness of these things helps us feel the breath in the body. So we learn to identify what the breath is doing or saying to us. And then that leads on to for us to question, what is good breath? How can I breathe better? And what are the benefits? Why should I breathe better? So we question, and that leads us on to desire to improve. So that's what awareness brings to breath training. And then it's technique. So then we start to learn the different techniques. What do we have to do to breathe well, to breathe deeply? And that would be tapping into the diaphragm, feeling the expansion of the body. Breathing is a whole body experience. It's not just a belly experience or a rib experience. It's a whole body. Your whole body expands. Your whole body contracts. Can you feel that? So it's about understanding what the breath is feeling like in the body. What is it moving? Where are you stuck? Yeah, what feels like it's just stuck there? So you're really feeling the flow of the breath throughout your body. And then the third aspect of breath training is understanding the connection between inhale and exhale. So that little pause at the top, the little pause at the bottom. And it's actually here, between breaths, that you can feel the relaxation effects of the breath, that you can observe these effects. And as you observe them, you become even more relaxed. And as you feel more relaxed, you observe more, then you become more relaxed. So you get into this lovely state, this rhythm of relaxation. So you spend a lot of time here on breath training because there's a lot to learn. And I think people don't spend enough time here because it's quite hard. It's hard to do this on your own, and it's hard to dedicate the time to really explore this aspect, especially when we haven't valued it very much. So I would spend many months here, and in fact you can use it and should use it as a complement to your pranayama. You should always be exploring your breath because we change, we go through different experiences and so on, so our breath patterns change. Okay, so the second aspect of working with the breath is pranayama. And this will be a lot of what you've heard of. So things like alternate nostril breathing, bee breath, box breathing, different breath holds, and so on. These are going deeper in the practice of breath work. So you learn to hold different patterns and tap into your subconscious, and in fact tap into the physical systems of the body so that you can benefit yourself physically, but more importantly subconsciously and at a spiritual level. And that's what pranayama is. Prana is life force, yama is the control of that, and ayama is the expansion of that. So we're expanding our consciousness and we become more than the physical body, and that's through pranayama. And obviously with breath training that's only enhanced. Okay, so some of the benefits then of doing this work. Well, huge increase in energy, not just on a whole body level, but a cellular level. Every single cell is buzzing with energy because you're oxygenating it better and with awareness. You're nourishing every part of you. Increase immunity, so it improves healing in the body. There are actually studies that show that breath affects the cells that are involved in the immune system T cells. And I think there are, if I can, I'll remember to put a link in the bottom on the thing to link you into some studies about immunity and breath work. It's quite interesting. You can tap into all the systems of the body. You can tap into the respiratory system, increasing and improving its performance, your lung capacity, the strength of your lungs, the strength of your chest wall. Your cardiovascular system, so you are reducing your heart rate, reducing your blood pressure. Your digestive system, improving the absorption of nutrients through increased blood flow. Your central nervous system, so bringing yourself into relaxation mode, calming yourself down through breath work. Your musculoskeletal system, so release of tension in the muscles through the stretching. Also massaging the organs. We don't talk about this a lot. It's a very Eastern philosophy. Massage of the organs helps to release emotions and blockages, energy blockages. We reduce stress, anxiety, depression, which helps us to regulate our emotions. So breath really helps us to release emotions. So very good for trauma release, very good for sufferers of trauma, adverse childhood experiences, PTSD, complex PTSD, invaluable. It helps us mentally, improve our memory, improve our cognitive function, improves blood flow to the brain. It improves the elimination of toxins from the brain, the lymphatic system. So huge number of benefits. If we could put this in a pill, that would be great, wouldn't it? But actually it's so simple, we just breathe. It's also going a little deeper. It's the doorway to our subconscious. And I think that's what's been missing in this part of the world, in this structure of the world, no longer just West but East as well now, where everything's too physical, everything's so evidence-based and physical. I'm a pharmacist. I mean, I'm the most logical person in the world. Most of my life has been all about logic, all about evidence and all about science, until you realise the science is limited. The science knows this much. And breath helps you tap into this much. So the subconscious knows a lot more. Your body knows a lot more than you do. And breath work really helps you tap into this. It also helps you cultivate a deeper divine connection. And again, spirituality has been missing in our health discussions. Spirituality, linking yourself to something greater, whether you call it him, her, God, or universe, whatever you want to call, or whatever you've chosen to call that, whatever religion or practice or not you've chosen to follow, breath work can enhance that. It works in complementary to spiritual or religious beliefs, and if you have none, then it still taps into your spiritual being, because we all are spiritual beings. And that only can lead to an awareness of our connection to each other, to all other beings, because we all breathe the same breath, and to the earth, and to the divine. And that feeling of connectedness only leads to compassion and love. And compassion and love are the two emotions that promote healing in the body and in the mind and in the soul and between human beings. And if we can get to that stage, no matter what, then I think the world would be a better place. And I suppose that would be the greatest benefit of doing breath work. So it's quite a lot to put on as a benefit for breath work, but I really believe that it can change you as a human being and change the world, because, well, to change the world you have to change yourself first. And I think breath work is a great tool in your toolkit. So I hope that's helped to motivate you to be patient with your breath practice, carry it on, enjoy it, know that it's really working at a much deeper level, not just mental or physical, not just on this gross body level, but on a subtle energetic level. And it will enhance everything that you believe in, everything that you want to achieve. It will enhance. So there you go, guys. I'll hopefully do a practice in the next video, and good luck with it all. Take care. Bye.